For the past 4 weeks, my life was pretty tough. I had placement and an exam at the end of it. Every day I woke up at 6 a.m. or even a little earlier to get ready and go catch a bus for an hour and a half journey to the hospital. I'm not a morning person, so this was a huge deal for me. I didn't enjoy leaving the house when it was still dark and coming back at night. I pretty much didn't see any sun. When I decided to vlog this, I felt like one of those YouTubers who was waking up really early in the morning to get productive. But in my case, I was just tired all day and every day for 4 weeks. This was my first time in this hospital, and I was there for gastro teaching. My schedule, however, was not that packed, and I only had 1 to 2 sessions per day. But I would have to stay up until 4:30 every day, because that's when our bus would come to take us back. Since I had nothing in the morning that day, I decided to go to the canteen and get myself some breakfast. After breakfast, I then headed to the endoscopy unit, where I was given a little tour of the equipment used, and then I spent the morning shadowing the doctors, carrying out gastroscopy and colonoscopy. After standing around for 3 hours, I decided that I would go get myself some coffee because I was getting a little tired and I needed something to keep me awake. So I got the Christmas special hazelnut and praline latte. I then went to Doctor's Mess to eat my lunch and rest before heading to the library. I was making some notes on suturing and writing out advice that needs to be provided to the patients about the before and after care. Later, I then wrote out steps on how to carry out an abdominal examination and the different types of abnormalities that can be felt and seen. In the morning, I had outpatient clinics with a consultant where he was reviewing new and old patients. And after finishing up there, I then went back to the library and then started making some notes on gastro imaging. So you can see I was doing some abdominal x-rays. I then went to the lab and practiced my clinical skills. We did some suturing and some NG tubes. In the morning on this day, the doctor went over some radiology stuff, like x-rays and barium studies. I then headed over to the library and went over some CT scans, and then decided that I would go eat some lunch in doctor's mess and do some more studying.
I don't know what I wanna do. I don't know how I gonna do. Losing faith, losing mind, lost the path. So easy to feel, so easy to see, break broken. It's just a daily meal for me. Till I know you, I didn't know.
After attending my morning session on the wards, I decided to come to the library and catch up on more work, because at this point my exam was really close and I just wanted to sit down and cover as much as I could. In the afternoon, we were then scheduled in for some more practicing. So as you can see, I am trying to set up the suturing station and get a stitch in within 5 minutes.